everybody, welcome back to the Broken Fantasy Movie Podcast. I called it Broken Fantasy because that's pretty much what I feel every time I watch a movie now. That the previews make it look so good, and then you're just like, man, this is crap. We'll talk about Venom later.
I heard that was a steaming pile of shit.
Good thing I didn't pay for it.
I pirated it from the internet. No, actually, I just gave Kirk the code for it, so hopefully he enjoys it. Sophie really wanted to watch it, and she's 3 because she likes evil Spider-Man. That's why we got it. Alright, so we're doing The Hateful Eight tonight by Quentin Tarantino.
I take it somebody didn't like the movie.
Anybody want to recap that movie? Jason?
Go ahead, Jason.
All right. First, yes, you start off that you're basically in a blizzard. Kurt Russell's in a stagecoach with a woman that he just keeps beating on, which I thought was kind of hilarious in my own mind, but that was me. He meets up with Samuel L. Jackson, who's stranded in the blizzard with 2 dead horses and some... I don't think he had any. I can't remember if he had dead guys or not.
Yeah, he had like 3.
He had 3 dead guys stacked up on each other.
And they reminisce about having a steak someplace with, I think, Abraham Lincoln at some point. And Samuel L. Jackson's character was actually had a letter supposedly signed by Abraham Lincoln that he was very, very proud of. I'll make a long recap short. They ended up going to a cabin.
A haberdashery.
Sorry,
which is a hat shop, which they did not sell hats.
No, they sold pretty much everything else. And it also was leaky. It also had a...
Like Arn.
So needless to say, they get stuck in there with a bunch of other characters, and they trade insults, they shoot things up. Eventually it comes down to Samuel L. Jackson gets shot in the nuts a couple times. Kurt Russell gets shot in the head.
Poisoned.
Poisoned, that's right.
I can tell he hasn't seen the movie in a while.
It has been a little while since I've seen the movie. And Channing Tatum makes a brief appearance as the brother to the woman who was beaten on, and she gets strung up, and Channing Tatum gets shot, and they all move on their happy way, and fade to black.
Move on their happy way, or just kind of all die?
Yeah, kind of die. Like they said, like
they went on their happy way. Who lives? I don't remember.
Nobody.
Everybody died.
Well,
I don't know.
Samuel Jackson's character, I don't think died.
He just got.
He was going.
I think he'd rather
he
die
was
than
going to die.
have no nuts.
I think they said somebody was lucky enough to come across that cabin and find like $100,000 worth of bounties, all dead already, so they could just sweep up.
What a
collect
collection!
the bounties, yeah.
All right, so anybody have any thoughts about this movie? Because
how about you, Allison? Do you have 15 pages of notes?
No, I have 1.5 because I only watched half the movie.
Oh,
Which
God.
makes many of us only watched half the movie, so we only have half of a review today. Having seen the movie once in its completion a while ago after it came out, recently tried to watch it and I made it about halfway through.
What was the reason for only making it halfway through?
I probably got bored. You've seen it once, you know all the weird twists, and it is not nearly as exciting.
That's probably the reason why I didn't watch it a second time.
Yeah. I was going to, and then I got bored kind of halfway through, and I'm like, I'll finish watching this later, and then I did not. Is the way that happened. It's when they were talking, everything was so stilted. It almost read like a play. Like everybody would say their part, and then they'd have a pause, and then the next person would start talking, and then they'd pause, and then there'd be, and I'm like, it was so, the way that they were doing it was just so weird. It was like they were all just so entranced with their own parts that they wanted to make sure they got in all the words, and then they'd wait a beat, and then the next person would start talking. But I really liked I like when they did the outside scenery. I like the outside scenery, and I like the music. Dialogue.
Okay, the
No.
music, right? So,
Yeah.
so you have one of the greatest composers for movies.
Yes.
And you throw the White Stripes in it.
Why?
Why?
Why? Yeah.
Just
Because
for no reason.
they wanted a modern twist.
You don't need a modern twist.
I know that, but they wanted a modern twist, okay?
So it
But
could
no.
feel like A Knight's Tale because The Knight's Tale was so good.
I love The Knight's Tale.
Yeah.
What do you got wrong with The Knight's Tale?
I like The Knight's Tale too.
All right, whatever. That's
Yeah.
fine. Everybody has their own opinion.
I like the
Is that the
music
one
out of
with
a Knight's
Ledger in it?
out of A Knight's Tale.
What's that?
Is that the one with Heath Ledger in
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
I enjoyed that movie too.
Yeah, see,
And
you're in the
we've gone into
minority,
A Knight's
Nick.
Tale review.
Oh.
Yeah, no, did you hear what the composer said about Quentin Tarantino?
He's a shitty human being.
Yes, and a horrible director. He said he.
After this film, I'm agreeing with him. He's gone downhill.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've actually seen the original Stagecoach, the original movie Stagecoach, the John Ford version, and he was trying to copy that, but it was like a poor facsimile of it, you know?
I would compare it more to an attempt to combine Stagecoach, 310 to Yuma, and I don't know.
Bonanza?
But yeah, Bonanza. That was what I was trying to think. Bonanza. All rolled into one.
But yeah, it was just, and then when they were in the Stagecoach, the part that just cracked me up was they'd have the dialogue. Everything else was dead silent except for the guy in the background going, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm like, why emphasize that instead of like the wheels or something?
Or the clippity clop with the horses.
Yes. If you insist on doing the yeah, then have the horses and all that junk, you
You
know?
need somebody in the Stagecoach to do coconut hats.
It would have been better. Yeah, so that part of it was odd, and it just needed to be edited so badly. It was way too long for.
Did we really need a 20-minute intro?
No.
I didn't think so either.
I'll freely admit the first time I watched it, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it was Kurt Russell, Samuel L. Jackson, and very rarely do you see Kurt Russell beating on somebody.
And using a certain word.
Exactly. And I was halfway expecting him to break out some sort of Elvis Presley impersonation at some point as well, but
That was Christmas Chronicles, bro.
I
Well, he did it in 3,000 Miles to Graceland
Did
or
he
whatever,
do it
which
too?
was a horrible movie.
it was a horrible movie because it had Christian Slater in it.
I'm sorry.
So someone
Sorry, if
someone
someone
looks a little
likes it.
Someone in the
over
room
there.
looks a little butthurt over that.
I'm sorry, but it was horrible. I'm not gonna back down from that one.
Well, and Kurt Russell did make his beginnings as a Elvis impersonator.
Really?
Oh yeah, that's why he did the movie 3,000 Miles to Graceland. That's why also in the Christmas Chronicles he did that thing in the jail.
Yeah.
As that, but
I kind of think Kurt Russell must be kind of fun because he gets directors to they latch onto him, like John Carpenter and Quentin Tarantino now.
Yep.
I always want to cast him.
Mm-hmm.
Probably because he's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His best character I still think is Snake Plissken.
Well, we all have our own opinions.
I like him as Wyatt Earp.
That too, yeah. But no, I mean, kind of sitting back and thinking about it now after talking to everybody else, it's like, that was kind of
We changed his mind, guys.
lame.
Peer pressure.
Peer pressure. Everybody hated it, so you gotta join the
I still
bandwagon.
like Samuel L. Jackson's part in it because he was the only one that was somewhat sane and figured things out throughout the entire movie.
Yeah.
It was I was watching.
You didn't
the
even
movie.
make it through the movie.
That's true because
I
I
made
wandered
it-
off.
I made it 35 minutes into the movie, and they dropped, what was it, 65 N-bombs?
59.
Oh, yeah.
59 N-bombs, and I was like,
That's like you doing a podcast, 59 F-bombs.
I am working on it.
Few C
I've
bombs.
done better in the last few weeks, thank you. You're
No.
the one who has a problem with the F-bombs now.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
The excessive use of the N-word was
And
excessive.
I was just like, I'm done.
Yeah.
There's like, we don't know what word to say here or any lines here. We're gonna drop an N-bomb.
Yeah. No, you see, he's super edgy, so
He's edgy, so he's
yeah.
he was super edgy in Django. Now he's just copying himself in what was the movie called? Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons I watched Hateful Eight, because Django was almost like, he makes shitty movies. Like, he can't top Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction.
Nope.
And Django got pretty good, and that's kind of why. Because Django came before this, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes. By a couple of years.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think he was trying to write this as some kind of prequel to it or something like that. So, but I also haven't seen Django Unchained. So
Me either.
It's probably another one that I'd watch. I've watched it once, and I don't know if I'd sit through it again. But like Pulp Fiction, I went to the movie theater and saw Pulp Fiction like multiple times.
Yeah, I can watch that movie.
I never do, or I never did. I've never done that with movies. Pulp Fiction is probably one of the few movies that I've ever seen in the theater more than once.
About the only other Quentin Tarantino movie that I've watched more than once has been Reservoir Dogs.
Kill Bill is my favorite.
I like the one.
I like Kill Bill, but I haven't had a chance to really watch it any more than the once or twice that I have.
Yeah.
I like the one with the bounty hunter, the gal got out of jail.
Which one?
Oh, Foxy Brown.
All the movies he's done?
Jackie
Foxy
Brown.
Brown? Jackie Brown. Jackie Brown.
Jackie Brown.
With Foxy Brown? What was it?
Pam Fox?
Pam Grier.
Pam
Who was Foxy Brown?
Foxy Brown.
Yeah, no, like I said, I like the music when they did outdoor sets. The outdoor sets were great. A couple of the actors really kind of bit into their roles, but it was just so long, and they were way too into their own parts.
What was it me, or did the chick that got beat on so much, did she look like she was smiling when she used the N-word all the time?
Yes.
Like she was enjoying it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, I thought so too.
It's again,
I get to say that word. Yeah.
Because I'm so bad.
I think she had a lot of fun with her part in general.
Think so.
She seemed to enjoy
She like
herself.
being
She like Kurt
Russell
handling
beating
her.
the stank out of her.
I mean, who wouldn't?
She liked it rough.
No,
Yeah, you're gonna watch her like lick blood off her lips for like 15 seconds.
Yeah,
and it's
that's
just like
yeah. I mean, I thought she, like, her accent and stuff like that was probably closer than some of the others were, because they weren't even trying, but
Yeah.
but it's and I didn't even understand really, like, they took so long to get into what they did, or they were hiding so much what she did. I never even got to what she did to be so bad to be hung. So
What did she do? I didn't see.
they never bring it up. She's just part of a gang.
She's just part of a gang.
that's
Her brother was the ringleader, and I think they robbed a bank or something like that, and she was one of the ones that helped them escape and all
see,
that,
for him
so.
to want to hang somebody, it just seems like there had to be a little bit more involved, and I just
Well, and if I remember correctly, it was actually they captured her, even though her bounty wasn't as big, but in the hopes of drawing her brother out, so that way he could be captured.
I think that's what it was. I got that kind of vibe too in the 35 minutes that I watched. I got more out of that video from YouTube that you had me watch, Everything Wrong with the Hateful Eight, than I did in the 35 minutes I watched.
Is that like the Cliff Notes?
Yeah, it was like a Cliff's Notes version. It was like everything. It was pretty much the whole movie in like 12 minutes or something like that.
So it's just so needed editing. Like 3 hours for a movie. You're not Gone with the Wind, for God's sake, and at
He
least
thinks
that
it
had
is.
an intermission.
He thinks he's that damn good.
And again, Gone with the Wind had an intermission. I didn't see any signs of any intermissions.
Go get some popcorn. Take a piss. Get a drink.
It's called the pause button.
So, does anyone else have any sort of feedback on it?
Nick only really listened to it.
Yeah.
I watched it about 3 weeks ago, and I listened to it yesterday. And listening to it, just audibly, just like put your phone down on your desk, turn it upside down, and listen to it, is the weirdest experience ever. Because you can still see it in your brain. Like, oh, well. But there's all those like long, drawn-out shots. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, they're coming up the hill. Oh, is that a cross, or is there a church around here? Oh, no, it's just a cross. And you're just thinking like, oh, it's just a cross. Because in your mind, you're like,
It looks like a church.
yeah, you're thinking like, oh, they're coming up that. Oh no, they're just coming up to a cross.
Just a cross.
Yeah. Well, and I think he was trying to, like, when you see the good, the bad, and the ugly in some of those others, they have those sort of long, drawn-out shots, and they have those long pauses. But it was like he didn't understand how to do it.
No.
He understood, oh, well, you have a long pause here, but he didn't understand how they did it in such a way, or move the camera in such a way that it would build that sort of tension. Does that make sense?
What?
Huh?
What'd you say?
Should not have asked that.
I was listening. I wasn't listening, I mean.
All I heard was a long pause.
Long pause.
So, I think that's gonna do it, right?
Yeah.
What's 1 out of 10? What?
Are we going to tell them what the next movie is, or...
Oh yeah, next movie.
Top
Secret.
Nice.
Who's in it?
Val Kilmer.
Kilmer.
He's Nick Reavers.
I watched this
I don't
movie
think I've
so
ever seen
many
it.
times.
No?
When
What are those
I've never
brothers?
seen it, so I'm excited to see
people who
it.
did
It's
Airplane?
like one of my favorite kind of movies.
What are their names?
so-
Abrams brothers?
Abrams. Is it
That's them?
Zucker Abrams? Zucker Abrams? Is that it? Or
Well, whatever. The people who did Airplane did it. It's
Okay.
You've never seen it?
I've never
Amazing. You're in for a treat.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch this one.
Pseudo World War I or World War II, Cold War, 1980s,
Yeah.
based in the 1940s.
50s, 60s pop makes fun of.
Yes.
Makes fun of it.
It almost sounds
Spy
like
movies
Dr. Strangelove.
mixed with Airplane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Heavy dose of Airplane, but not Airplane.
Is
No,
it
no,
Hot Shots? Or is
It's
it
better
Airplane?
than Airplane. I enjoy it a lot better than Airplane.
Okay, sweet.
I don't know if you can.
Abrams brothers. It's the Zucker
beat
brothers.
Slim
Zucker
Pickens
brothers,
writing a
yeah.
bomb down to
Abrams. Like J.J. Abrams and his brother.
Watching
Fred.
Val Kilmer play Elvis Presley singing Beach Boys songs. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
All right. Well, are we doing our ratings for the Hateful Eight? As
I give it a...
Arn's taking another shot of tequila.
I give it 2 farts upwind.
There was some. I liked some parts of it, but there were some other parts that were just like, okay, so Minnie hates Mexicans, but she hires a Mexican to run her bar or her haberdashery. Okay, but I don't know. When she meets the Mexican, she doesn't hate him at all.
Oh, yeah. That's
Right?
weird. Yeah.
So, she hates Mexicans. Really? Because you walked into her place and she was fine with it.
There's one right there.
Half plus 1. That's my rating.
Half
plus 1.
So 6?
On a 10, yeah. We're going to go with 6.
I give it a -0.
That doesn't exist.
That's
Okay.
just 0.
I'll give it a... Do I have to give it a rating?
No, you can abstain.
You can abstain.
Because yeah.
We'll get a letter from one of our readers.
Yeah, why did he abstain? Why didn't he rate it?
You're doing a podcast. Why wouldn't he?
Why wouldn't he rate it? Why wouldn't he do it?
He's doing it just to torture you.
That's right.
Why.
And you can lick my butt.
Allison?
All right. So with the visual effects and the music, I liked it a little better than the one from last time.
Oh,
Not a lot.
You're
but
gonna rate it better than the Scorpion?
I'm gonna rate a little bit better than the Scorpion. I'm gonna go with probably like a.
The blacksmith will be
3.5.
disappointed.
I'm sorry. I would go 3.5, 4, but that's pretty much all for score and for visuals because I like the visuals. But
Okay, I'll give it a 1.
So
Is that one for Kurt Russell?
Kurt Russell
Sam Jackson.
and Sam Jackson.
Okay, so
2.
So,
2
yeah,
stars for
I'm
Kurt
gonna
Russell
go-
and Samuel L. Jackson, and that's it.
So I would say I would probably give it a 4, 4.5, something like that.
Wow.
That's
You're
not
very,
out of 10.
very generous.
out of 10.
Yeah, that's still very generous.
I don't know. I'm going with Arn. I'm going with a 6 because you also get to see Channing Tatum get killed.
It's better than a mediocre movie.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
I guess all right. 2.
I'm gonna go around 5.
I'm sticking to my guns. 2.
2.
All right. So I think that's gonna end it for today. And next time is Top Secret. So we'll talk to you in a minute.
Isn't it helpful to have 4 people chime in with that after you've messed up?
It's not like it's gonna stop me from messing up.
And I gotta do the intro, so we know how that always rolls.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. So talk to you guys in about a month. See ya.
Bye.
Out.
Bye bye.